I have lots of friends who I played with and know in the media, and of course, there's a new dawn in terms of the way you have to report, the way you commentate, particularly what you can and what you can't say. And so many of my friends ring me up and they say, I don't know what to say because we now can't call a black player lazy because it conjures up images of the lazy black man, or aggressive because of the aggressive black man. I've never heard anything so ridiculous in my life. You think if I was a boxer, I'd want the commentator to not say I'm aggressive. Or if I'm a footballer and one of my teammates who happens to be black stands there, doesn't run back because somebody's going to go and score a goal and he lets him run, and the commentator can't call him lazy because it's going to upset him and black people are going to get offended. Is that how far we have come in terms of now having so much power and control? We can stop the white man calling us lazy even when we are. What kind of equality do we want? Do we want to be treated equally? Yes, we want to be seen equally, but do we want to be treated equally? In that context, absolutely. And if you're a black man who doesn't run back, you are lazy, and people should be able to call you lazy. And we wonder why people talk about playing the race card. And we wonder why that is. Because we feel very powerful now. And I have a laugh. I make this joke all the time with my friends. And please know that I'm joking. Because of course, you know what media are like now, take everything out of context. Please know this is a complete joke. But what I actually say sometimes is I wish I was a black footballer now. That's not a joke. I mean that, because 300 grand a week, please. But in terms of what I would actually do you think the referee could book me? No chance. Reaches in for his pocket. Ref, is it because I'm black? Card goes back in the pocket. Manager's going to substitute me? What, it's because I'm black you're bringing me off? Substitute somebody else. I go in for contract talks. I want the same as Messi, 500 grand a week. Is it because I'm black and not paying me the same? No, it's because you're crap. Well, I think it's because I'm black. Is it 500 grand a week? No, obviously I'm joking. But that is how we're going. That is how we're going. This whole idea that you cannot call somebody, and I saw some people on the Sky debate. So on the Sky debate, because of course now it's very inclusive. There's a woman, there's a black man, there's somebody from China, so we're all inclusive. We're all inclusive because when we have people on there now talking, we're now showing that we're inclusive, so therefore there's no discrimination because everybody's there. And you had this woman on there, and she then says, you never hear a commentator talking about a black player as being polite. I've never heard anything so ridiculous in my life. Which footballer wants to be called polite? And we're wondering why we are creating this situation whereby people are going to talk about playing the race card. Once again, everything isn't racist. Everything isn't racist. And we have to separate what is and what isn't. And if we go too far the other way, this is what can actually happen. Because once someone now comes forward, and we've spoken about the Rudiger situation, whereby the newspapers are now saying, or somebody, I don't know if some kick it out, are now saying, we don't want to get to the stage where black players are now afraid to come forward to report it because Rudiger's situation was proven not to be racist. As much as they're intimating, yes, we think it was, but, and as I said, there's no way Tottenham or the police in this day and age, in this climate, could ever shove anything on the carpet. And they've gone through extensive, and in fact, even at Chelsea, when they had the lip reader saying that the two racist fans weren't racially abusing him, which may or may not happen, but there's never going to be a situation now where players are going to be afraid to come forward to suggest that they're being racially abused. That's never going to happen. So because of the the Rudiger situation now, they're worried about black players are afraid to come forward because, as if, yes, he was racially abused and that's been shoved under the carpet. You have to take every case on its individual basis. You can't lump everything together and say, every time you mention anything, it's racist. And unfortunately, that is where we're heading to. That is where we're heading to. And people who know it's not racist have to say, yes, it's racist, or they're going to be accused of being racist. So what I would actually say to all of those Sky, BBC, any of those football pundits, or managers who then come on television to then say, oh, it's a disgrace, and if my players were going to walk off, I would back them, and blah, 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 blah. You say, do you think that's the right thing to do? And they'll say, no, but, well, they wouldn't say no. They'll say, yes, because we have to support them, X, Y, Z. Now, if we, as black people, were to say, You know, when those idiots shout at us on the pitch, we're going to ignore them because they are stupid. They can't affect me in any way, shape, or form. They want some kind of publicity. We're going to laugh at them. They're a waste of time. We're just going to get on with the game. You know what every one of those Sky pundits would say? That's the right thing to do. Every one of them would say that. That's the right thing to do. But they don't, because we don't say that. We say we're going to walk off the field. So you think, forget about back then. If I walked off the field back in 1981, do you think my teammates would be going, yes, well done, we're going to support you? Now, because the climate wasn't up to do it then, the climate's to do it now. So although when it happens now and those black players walk off the field, that all their white counterparts do you think that they think that's the right thing to do? Or do you think they're thinking, what the hell is going on here? Why is this idiot walking off the field? But I've got to support him, so I'll do it and I'll say the right things. That is what they think. I'm telling you that is what they think. I know that's what they think, but they can't say it. So we now go, oh, and what do you think they actually feel about their fortitude and their character and their self-worth? But we as black people feel empowered because we feel superior now because we can tell the white man what to do. And he has to follow us. But what do you think is the way he sees us? Forget about how he treats us. He's walking off with us. How does he see us? He sees us as weak. That's how he sees us. And I see us as weak if we do that. Think about what your forefathers went through.